Rembrandt, the painter of the human soul, 1606 to 1669. The streets of Amsterdam glowed with candlelight reflected on canal waters. Merchants counted their fortunes, ships arrived from the Indies, and a new age of wealth and art was dawning. In this golden age of the Dutch Republic, one man saw beyond the gold and silk. He saw into the soul. His name was Rembrandt van Rijn, and he would become one of the greatest painters who ever lived, not for what he painted, but for what he revealed. Born in 1606 in Leiden, the son of a miller, Rembrandt showed little interest in trade or religion. What fascinated him was light, how it fell upon faces, how it revealed truth, how it could expose the heart of a man. By his 20s, he was already famous. His portraits captured not just appearance, but emotion. Every line, every shadow, every flicker of an eye told a story. When he moved to Amsterdam, commissions poured in from the wealthy elite who wanted to immortalize themselves in his art. In 1642, he painted his masterpiece, The Night Watch. It was unlike anything the world had seen. The canvas exploded with movement and light. Soldiers marched forward from darkness, banners flying, muskets raised. The painting was alive, heroic, dramatic, almost cinematic. But fame, like light, fades. Soon after the triumph of the Night Watch, tragedy struck. His beloved wife, Saskia, died young, leaving him with their infant son. Debt began to consume him. The same patrons who once admired his brilliance now whispered of his arrogance and madness. He refused to flatter them with smooth faces or polite perfection. Instead, he painted truth, age, sorrow, imperfection, the flicker of life within decay. His subjects looked not like symbols of wealth, but like human beings, weary, mortal, real. As his fortune fell, his vision deepened. His later works grew darker, more introspective. The light in his paintings became spiritual, no longer sunlight, but something eternal. In The Return of the Prodigal Son, painted near the end of his life, a weary father embraces a broken child. The brushstrokes are soft, the colors muted, but the emotion, compassion, forgiveness, redemption, is overwhelming. It was as if Rembrandt had painted his own soul kneeling before mercy. He lost everything, his wealth, his home, his lovers, his only son. But even as the world abandoned him, he never stopped painting. He painted beggars, old men, himself, always himself, staring out from the canvas with unflinching honesty. By the time he died in 1669, he was poor and forgotten, buried in an unmarked grave. Yet centuries later, the world would rediscover what he had left behind, a mirror to the human spirit. Rembrandt's genius was not in capturing beauty, but truth. He saw that light and shadow are not opposites, they are partners. Without darkness, light has no meaning. Without pain, there is no grace. In an age of reason and commerce, he painted the mystery of humanity. His brush told us that every wrinkle, every tear, every scar is sacred. And in doing so, he became not just the painter of faces, but the painter of the human soul.